Hey guys, back with another video. Today we're talking about 3 low-risk, high-reward OG Solana NFT projects. So let's just get right into it. So first of all, obviously none of my videos are financial advice. Let's get that out the way. And I also do hold all 3 of these projects that I'm going to be discussing. So the first one is going to be the cheapest, and that is Solana's NFT. So as some of you might know, I was involved in Solana NFTs basically from the very, very early days. When I got into Solana NFTs, there was only around 5 or 6 projects that existed when I got into it, which Solana's was one of them. So Solana's, it's, pixel art. Now, I do not know much about the roadmap. I don't really think they have much of a roadmap, but again, this is about OG projects. I do think that there will be a narrative, a meta in Solana NFTs for OG NFTs. And as I said, Solana's is very cheap. Right now, the floor price is around 1.2 Solana. So that's something like $30. So, obviously the downside, if you buy one of these for $30, is $30. But what is the upside if we go into a Solana OG NFT narrative? I think it's massive. You could go up massively in that case. Consider CryptoPunks and a lot of the other OG NFTs on Ethereum. Obviously, I don't expect it to be worth anything near a CryptoPunk, but even a fraction of what a CryptoPunk is worth would be a huge upside for just investing $30. So, and really, I think that's what NFTs are all about. If you're really investing in NFTs, it's almost like, venture capital. Like you probably want to take a few, especially if you're going to buy cheap ones, you want to take a lot of small bets, with reasons that you like the thing, but you want to take a lot of small bets and you want some of them to just go up massively. And I think that's what you can do if you really invest in some of these OG NFT projects on Solana, like Solana's. And so, yeah, I have added to my Solana's recently, today actually. So I only have 3. So that's like $90 in total, but I do plan on buying more over time, just accumulating if they stay at these prices. And if you look at the price chart also, it has been consolidating for a long time. It hasn't been going down. It hasn't really been going up. If anything, it is trending up though. So that's also a bullish thing about it. Okay, number 2, Solarians. Now, I have been into Solarians since mint. I minted a few Solarians. And I also bought a sub 100 rank Solarian. So I have a long history with this project. And unfortunately, it's a little bitter of a history because the early leaders of the project, who are no longer involved, fortunately, at least the main guy, I forget what he went by, but he left the project. He doesn't receive royalties anymore, but there was a whole drama with him where, to be honest, I don't even remember all of it. I just remember that he left a huge sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. And, Solarians at one point had a floor, I think, around 50 to 60 Solana, when Solana was worth a lot more than it is now. Now, of course, the floor price is much lower. It's around 3. So, and Solarians, it's really still debated whether they are the first NFT on Solana or not. It seems like, for the most part, people think Creatures is the first NFT on Solana, but there's a lot of technical debate in that. So that's one thing to know. So they're either the first or the second NFT on Solana. Another thing to note about Solarians that isn't good is because they were so early, they used a different format for their NFTs than basically all other Solana NFTs. And it caused a glitch where, unless you're buying them from this marketplace called Digital Eyes, which I honestly wouldn't recommend using, some of them are not available because you cannot list them on Magic Eden because they have this issue with the decimal point in their metadata. So, and it's an issue that I'm not sure if they can ever resolve it. So it is a major issue. The ones that you see for sale on Magic Eden do not have that issue. So if you buy those, you won't have to worry about that issue. But again, I believe the majority of the Solarians in the collection do have this issue with the metadata, and because of that reason, you can't even list them on pretty much all of the major marketplaces. The only marketplace where you can list them is Digital Eyes, so that is a issue. But again, I've been accumulating Solarians. I think I really think if there is an OG narrative that happens in Solana space, then they will, you know, benefit the most of any of the projects probably. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a little bit different, and that is Mindfolk, who actually just recently kind of relaunched their project with a completely different roadmap. When they started out, it was 777 of them, and they just kind of relaunched, and now there's 10,000 with a completely different roadmap. As I said, it's kind of all about the DAO and kind of voting on ventures, like for-profit ventures in the DAO. I haven't followed it that closely, but I haven't bought or minted any of the new ones, but I was kind of just diamond handing the ones that I had. I fortunately sold one of the Mindfolk I had when it was near its peak for around, I don't remember how much SOL it was. I think it was well over 100 SOL that I sold it for, but it was worth like $20,000 at the time that I sold it. So just from that, I you know, my overall experience in Mindfolk has been a profitable one. So, you know, I'm just playing with house money at this point, but because of the Mindfolk stuff that I had before the Renaissance, their relaunch, I have 6 Mindfolk. So again, I haven't bought any since the relaunch, and I am not even that involved in the community, but I just know that from day one, I was very impressed with the team. And recently, kind of one of the lead team members has gone fully doxxed, and I've listened to a couple of his interviews. And again, this team is just very smart. It's a little surprising how badly Mindfolk did, but I think a huge part of that was that it was only 777 collection, and they just fell from so high that it was hard for them to regain momentum, you know, falling from being worth over $20,000 and then falling all the way down. It's hard to regain momentum. So I think what they've done here is pretty smart. Relaunch the collection as 10,000, and you know, and so they raised more money, and now you have 10,000 instead of 777. I think that makes it easier for organic expansion, you know, just organic marketing, you know, members of the community kind of passing the word along. I think it's easier now. So those are the 3 projects. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you like or dislike any of these projects, and I'll see you next video.